Hey, you're watching Tia Style Check and I'm Tia, and today I'm really very excited because I'm at Nachiket Barve's studio, which is in Mumbai, and I'm extremely excited to explore his latest collection. Well, festive season is here. We're all discussing clothes, we're shopping, we're all the time talking about dressing up, and I'm here to find out what's in vogue for Diwali 2019. So without wasting any time, let's welcome Nachiket Barve in his own studio. Hello.
How are you? So good to see you.
Same here. So you must have heard Nachiket on Tia Style Check on my radio show couple of times, but this is the first time I'm, doing this face to face for the camera.
Yeah, such a pleasure. I'm so glad you made it.
Thank you for having us, and I'm really excited to know that what you're doing for Diwali 2019. What are the new designs? What are the new cuts? And what is smart shopping that you're talking about?
I think it's the right time of the year that we're having this chat because everybody's in the mood for a party, everybody's in the mood for dressing up, but we all have too many clothes and nothing to wear.
Right.
So I think the important thing to do is to shop smart.
Yep.
Invest in good quality clothes which are not only well made, conscientiously made,
right,
but also those that are versatile. You really want your clothes to work for you. So
right,
what I recommend is a lot of separates which are styled interestingly as ensembles.
Correct.
So it could be like a jacket kurta which can be worn with palazzos and a dupatta.
Correct.
Or which can be paired with a pair of jeans and a like a fancy shirt, for example, to make it into an Indo-Western kind of ensemble. Right. You could pair even like say a vintage sari with a modern jacket or a blouse. Or you could do a contemporary blouse, which is being done which can be used as a blouse or as a crop top. I mean, there are so many ways to today have fun with your clothes.
So let's just go and see that, what you're exactly talking about and what have you created at Nachiket Barve label.
Let's do that.
All right, so this is the latest rack, which has all the interesting, colorful, and as you said, cheerful stuff.
Has to be, always.
So yeah, please.
So I'll show you a couple of my favorites.
Wow.
So we're doing a lot of very interesting, Gota work applique this season.
Yes.
So it's actually inspired by Rajasthani textiles of Yor, and it's like a really cool jacket style that you can wear open, like this is paired with a slip, but you might as well do it with like black jeans and something else to sort of make it versatile.
Right.
So let's put that back on the rack. The other piece that I really love is what I showed at Lakme Fashion Week this season, which is with applique. So it's very graphic, it's very modern. You can just pair up, like a pair of interesting ear cuffs or chandbalis to make it a little more Indian. But that's again a very, very cool style. Mirror work is something, clothes have to be light, so like even this beautiful mirror work piece, it's so intricately made, but it's inspired by the Rabari tribe of Kutch.
Wow.
And their textiles, but of course a more contemporary and a more sort of abstracted version of it, because you don't want to sort of it be a direct reference to somebody, but just something that you put together. I think that's very important. And another piece that I think I should show you is actually one of these. So this is from the runway show, and that is a really long kind of a cape jacket, which is something like this takes about say 400 hours of embroidery, because each of these discs is hand cut from wool and then it's appliqued, and then we've added the fringe to make it a little more Moroccan chic kind of a space, and they're really still featherweight given the amount of fabric that goes into it, for example. And this is something you can wear for Diwali here, paired with like say maybe even a red sari, for example.
Absolutely.
But you can wear it internationally as well.
Yeah. So yes, I'm at Nachiket Barve's studio in Mumbai, of course, having this wonderful chat with the designer himself, talking about what's in vogue for Diwali 2019. But I have to talk a little bit about the label because I've known you for a very long time now.
Absolutely.
You've always been part of Tia Style Check on radio, and I've seen the label grow. From time to time, it's just grown bigger and better. So tell me a little bit about your journey ever since you started in 2007.
It's a very unlikely origin for the journey because everyone in my family is a doctor.
Oh, okay.
So it's a very non-fashion kind of a background that I grew up in. And I went to NID in Ahmedabad. I had a scholarship, so I studied at École des Arts Décoratifs for ENSAD in Paris. I did an internship with Louis Vuitton Moët Hennessy.
Yeah. I think you were
with Celine. Yes, that's right. And then I came back. I taught at NID for 6 months. Okay. And then I launched my label, which was 2007. And then it's been a decade plus of doing exciting things, trying to do interesting things with the label on a daily basis. Because I think the world has got so many clothes that unless they have something meaningful, beautiful, something which is special, why would anybody want them?
That's always my question to every designer, that because there are so many designers, big, small, budding, established. How do you distinguish yourself, from the rest? And from time to time, it's not something that you do once and you're done with it forever. You have to constantly keep, reinventing. So how do you do that?
I think the most important thing that I even tell designers who are just starting out of college, for example, is to be yourself.
Yeah.
Because that's the only thing which makes you unique. And I think as you change, as your point of view develops and you hone your craft further, then the design keeps changing automatically. I don't think it's something to strive to be different.
Right.
You just do what you're good at.
So be yourself.
Be yourself. I think that's very important.
So you just mentioned that all your family members are doctors. So when you said that this is what I want to do, did they support you or were they shocked?
They were hugely supportive.
Okay.
But because they didn't know anybody in fashion, they said that why don't you get your degree and complete your education, so that it's something you have to fall back on. Because see, I think a lot of people even today get into the business saying, hey, I'm going to be an Instagram star and I'm going to dress celebrities and I'm going to get to hang out at parties and all of that. And those of course are fringe benefits, if one may say, but a lot of it has to do with the basic art, craft and sheer hard work that this industry demands of you.
Right.
And so they were very supportive, and my sister's a plastic surgeon, so I think she made up for it.
So it goes well.
Right, absolutely.
Okay, you just mentioned a very good point, that a lot of people, want to get in this industry because, you get to hang out with celebrities, you get to dress them up. But do you think that is what makes you a successful designer, dressing up, Bollywood stars, for example? Or is it more than that?
See, I think, when you dress a lot of eminent personalities, and I've been fortunate to dress quite a lot of them.
Yes, I was going to come on that.
But at the same time, I think what they do is make people sort of re-look at your clothes, if at all. But it can't be all about the packaging without the substance.
Correct.
So ultimately, it might translate in buzz or, where people are notice the label. But they're not going to come to a store or come to your studio and buy something if they don't feel there's enough value in
Correct.
it. I think that's very important.
So is it intimidating, for example, to dress up a star like Mr. Amitabh Bachchan, for example? How is it working with him? Have you ever got intimidated with his personality?
See, now I have, he's known me, rather, not I have known him, he's known me from when I was 5 years old.
Oh, okay.
So he's seen me grow up in a way, but when you know somebody and to work with them, when in their field of domain where you're responsible for something, of course it's nerve-wracking. And I did his first ad campaign for him for a jewelry brand about 10 years ago.
And Mrs. Bachchan, Mr. and Mrs.
No, first was, with both of them.
Okay.
And that was my first time ever on a film studio or a studio floor. And it was nerve-wracking because, you are in charge of everything about this person. And he was so amazing to work with, because I remember telling him, saying I wanted 2 options for shoes. And he got me like 50 pairs to choose from on set. So when and like the amount of professionalism, the amount of faith that they invest in you as a professional.
Right.
And he's come for, that's the only show he's come for at Fashion Week was for mine in 2010.
Wow.
And then I've been styling them on and off over the last decade. So it's been very exciting.
So how are you styling me today? I am extremely excited about that. Which is the next piece that you're showing?
I think I'd love to see you in in a festive look that I think complements you, that you feel like yourself in. So rather than me choosing for you, let's choose it together.
Wow, let's go. What do you think, yaar? Nachiket, I love this outfit.
Nice, no? Because I just think it's inspired by Kalbele dancers from Rajasthan.
Oh, okay.
So the whole Gotapati, but done in such an abstract modern way that there's something very funky and timeless about the jacket.
It is very timeless, and I think Gotapati and this style of jacket is, as you said, very timeless. Yeah. You can pick it up 5 years down the line and then just wear it with a skirt.
Or wear it wherever in the world,
Yeah.
So the way an Indian woman will wear it will be very different from, say, a French woman or a Japanese woman wearing it.
Right.
So there's something Indian sense, but it's styled in a way that feels
very
modern
stylish.
and global,
Yes.
which I think is so important.
And what is the most important thing is that it's really very comfortable. And I think for those long hours of Diwali party when you're sitting and playing and chatting, I think something like this definitely works.
I'm so glad we picked this for you.
Well, of course, I had a great time chatting with you, Nachiket, and of course, trying on your clothes was a lot of fun. But tell me, what are your plans, especially during Diwali? I mean, all the designers are very busy designing clothes for others.
Yes.
What's your plan?
So Diwali, of course, is busy making clothes for others, and then hopefully you get time to sort of shove in something for yourself as well. There's a bunch of parties which friends have, people we know have over Diwali, so that's always exciting. We've just moved into a new home, so it'll be first Diwali at home, which is nice.
Congratulations.
And that apart, I think Diwali is a time for spreading bonhomie among all your staff, people who work with you. I think just a season of good cheer, prosperity, and happiness for everybody, I hope.
Home reminds me of your wife. Tell me something. You know, women are very finicky about clothes, and when you have a husband designer at home, is it tough for you being a husband designer, or?
No, actually, no. It's a wonderful synergy because Surbhi, my wife, she's done fashion management, so we work together as well.
Lovely.
And I think as a designer, I mean, like what you're wearing, obviously I can't wear.
Correct.
So for me, the idea of having somebody who can look at it from a different yin yang kind of a point of view, try them on and understand this works or this doesn't, is also, I think, a significant, an alternative perspective sometimes, which is very nice.
That's
and she wears my clothes beautifully, so that's always nice.
How nice. That's so sweet. All right. Okay, before going very quickly, for the upcoming season, your favorite 3 colors?
I think red, black and ivory.
3 silhouettes?
I think like a Kalidar jacket, what you're wearing, I think is great. A straight cut kurta you cannot go wrong with. And I think, there's a very interesting kind of a semi-Kalidar style that we're doing with a jacket collar, which I think again works very nicely for Indian as well as Western occasions.
3 celebrities who you would love to see in your clothes?
3 celebrities. Kate Blanchett, Kate Middleton, and I think...
Now one Bollywood. Don't play too
Bollywood. No, I'm not playing safe. I think we've dressed quite a lot of Bollywood, so it's not like a wish list, you know.
Be cheerful in the cheerful clothes as Nachiket Barve told us today, and it was a pleasure being here. Thank you so much.
My pleasure, such a
for
joy.
having Tia Style
And happy Diwali to all your viewers and listeners. And I hope it's a great season ahead.
So yes, I hope you enjoyed Tia's Style Check's latest video, which was shot at Nachiket Barve studio in Mumbai City. Do comment and share your views and your feedback with me. I would love to hear from you. Keep watching, keep loving, and do subscribe.